You're my everything. You're my everything. Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Desiree Estrada and I'm going to do a red carpet tell-all video and pretty much give you the low, the inside and outs of a red carpet event. Mainly because the Grammy Awards are around the corner and the Latin Grammys just passed in November, and friends and family were messaging me like crazy, calling me, are you gonna go to the awards? Are you gonna walk the red carpet? And my response was, heck no. And I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna explain to you from a girl's perspective what it's really about when you walk a red carpet event and why I'm not too crazy about doing it. And I thought it was just me, and don't judge me, but I did see an episode of the Kardashians. I did see an episode where they were going to the Met, and their experience just in that like a couple of minutes it brought flashbacks. Watching them struggle to stay in their their outfit and not be sweaty and be going in the car, or in their sense it was like a tram or bus or something, but I'm in a car. So I wanted to give you guys a real description of what happens when you're going to walk the red carpet. And of course there's a lot of glamour behind it, but with glamour, especially if you're a woman, you know there is work. And I am not really high maintenance when it comes to loving to do my makeup and loving to do my hair, because I'm just such a homebody, and if I can just stay in natural makeup and just straighten my hair and be comfortable, I would much prefer that than to get glammed up every single day. It's so exhausting in my opinion. But for everyone who loves to do that, I love you guys. I just admire it so much. It's a gift and it's a talent. So I wanted to start off with my first ever red carpet event years ago. I don't even remember how old I was, maybe 2009? Maybe would have been my first red carpet event, but it was the Latin Billboard's Awards, and I used to go to Miami every year to go to this award show, and I used to go to Vegas every year to go to the Latin Grammys, and the American Grammys are here in Los Angeles. So I do that all the time, and a whole bunch of events in between, but those were like the motherships of red carpet events. And the first one I did was the Latin Billboards in Miami. I was coming up, nobody knew who I was. I didn't have any, I had probably 1 or 2 songs as a solo artist, and I was invited. I had my publicist who got that opportunity, which was connected through my manager, but I borrowed a dress, I did my own hair, I did my own makeup. I was the first person to walk this red carpet, and it was nerve-wracking. Considering there's a huge area with a long red carpet literally, and a ton of people with cameras just waiting to shoot someone, and you're just go into this big pool of ice cold water is what it felt like for my first time, especially because I did my own hair and makeup, and it's my first time ever. It was just nerve-wracking to be the first one. But I got a lot of positive press. I got best dress in some of these really crazy websites, and I'll post the photo so you can see what it was. And it was nothing crazy, because I'm sure a lot of people even wore that dress to prom. But it was just I don't know. So I don't know. It was just a crazy experience to be for the first time. But as you keep doing it, the red carpets get stressful. Then the actual award shows, which I did get to actually watch, became I don't care, I'm hungry and I'm tired kind of thing. Which is why a lot of celebrities actually walk the red carpet and they leave, because it's it's such an eventful thing to go through. You have to pretty much, let me give you the low, especially as a woman. I know these events air at around 8 p.m. on TV or 7 p.m. but the actual red carpet starts at around 3 p.m. So you're up and Adams maybe 11 a.m., 10 a.m., 9 a.m. getting your hair done, which usually takes 1 hour and a half. Getting your makeup done, which takes another hour and a half. Mind you, another hour to shower and all that good stuff. And then once you're all glammed up and dressed, you're pretty much commuting to wherever you're going to, and you have to stay intact the entire time. And I did have people who were like adjusting me here and there when I needed to, but it's, especially in Miami where it's extremely hot, staying fresh is not the easiest task. And then in Vegas, it was extremely cold. So sucked. It was never perfect weather. And oh, except when I did the American Grammys, the weather was perfect. But so when you're walking around getting to your destination, you kind of try to like not perspire and stuff. It's really interesting trying to stay like that through the whole commute and then the walk to the actual red carpet. So the first one, I was the first in line, but when I did, I think my favorite probably was the Latin Billboards the second time, when I wore that dress that got me a lot of publicity, even like over the world. Like when I got my nails done, people were like, are you this girl, because I came out in like a paper. But because there were so many, I was in the mix with all of the celebrities. I got to meet Gerardo Ortiz and a lot of those Latin big guys who I didn't even know who they were because I wasn't really involved with the Latin music. But when I did the American Grammys for the second time, I mean, I had my favorite hairstylist. She did my hair like perfect. A designer from Project Runway let me borrow his dress, which most of the time the designers from Project Runway let me borrow their dresses. And mind you, the goal was always to get publicity. It was not to look good, because if you look good and normal, you weren't going to get publicity. So it was either to look, you just had to figure it out some way or another. The goal was to get publicity. So I borrowed dresses. Back to my favorite one. My hair was on point by Nicole Ray. Shout out to Nicole Ray. She did my hair perfectly. Beauty by Eric. He did my makeup. It was flawless. I feel so bad because I don't remember which designer was the one that let me borrow that dress, but I'll find out and I'm going to tag him. But the dress, I feel like it was just so me. It was like me. Finally, a dress that defined me. And I felt like, yay, hair is done by a professional, makeup's done by a professional, dress was designed by a designer from Project Runway. And I'm going to the Grammy Awards and I see like The Dream, and I see like Usher, Ciara, you name it. Everyone that was at the Grammys was there, and it was packed. Like literally, you know, have you ever been to a Dodger game or like an event where you're trying to leave the event and everyone's like moo because there's so many people crammed in? Imagine being crammed in with a ton of celebrities. It was insane. I did not ask anybody to take photos or anything because it was just me and my publicist, and she's already carrying my stuff. So we're trying to get through this just mob. We walked through in like peak hour of walking through a red carpet, which is insane. Like it was just a hot mess, and even like the big guys like Beyonce, they had their crew to like block ways, but it was still like you're still in a mob. It was crazy. So I'm like waiting in line, like The Dream's behind me, like a whole bunch of celebrities are like in this line, and I get separated from my publicist. So I walk this red carpet, and usually when you're up next, your publicist tells everyone your name and and they get the information right for the photographers, because there's photographers from all over the world. They're not even like people who are huge. They have to write down the name and then put it up for a photo, and then you walk the red carpet, and then the name and then the photo. So she wasn't there. I just walked the dang red carpet, so I literally got one photo. All the other red carpets I've ever done in my music career, I had a ton of photos, ton of publicity, and the one time that everything I felt was like on point, I got one photo, and it's that photo I'm going to show you right here. That one photo, and that's all I got. And I had my clutch. I didn't even get a chance to give it back to my publicist. It was like a hot mess. The one time I actually felt like myself and felt like I was on point. It was just so terrible. So the part that's just so about it all is that you're in heels from probably 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. And mind you, there are still after parties that you have to go to that end at like 4 in the morning. So 12 to 4 in the morning, your highest and nicest heels. Ladies, if you know what I'm talking about, the cutest heels are always the most painful heels. and to walk all over, especially in venues where you have to go walk into an area. It's just not like going into McDonald's. You're going in through lobbies and hallways and the waiting room. It's just walking, 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 and Lord knows I was praying for a wheelchair. Somebody roll me out of here. And so many times I'd be sitting in the award shows thinking like, I want to take off this dress, I want to take off these shoes, I want to go into my hotel room and go ham on a pizza. That's literally what I was thinking. The performances, I mean, of course they're amazing. I've seen so many performances, but it's not like actually going to a concert. I don't know, I'm not about it for some reason. It just wasn't made for me, I guess. Because everyone who I explain it to, they're like, you're crazy, I would die to be in your position. But I guess once you've done it for so many years and just going through the stress of like what dress and who's gonna do this and how I'm gonna fly this person out to that event, if they can't make it, who's gonna do my makeup over there. It's a lot of work, guys. It's not the funnest thing. The only fun part is actually getting to be in the presence of like a ton of celebrities, but you're not even really talking to them. They're trying to do their thing and trying to get through. You're not trying to be a groupie. Say, can I take a picture with you? Because it's like you're walking the red carpet. What are you doing? I've had opportunities to take photos with a couple of people when you're kind of waiting like in the beginning of the red carpet. So I do have some photos if you've seen them in my like previous uploads, but for the most part I wasn't trying to bother people while they're trying to like staying like in their like state of mind of taking photos. So yeah, that's pretty much the most part of like what it was to be in a red carpet event and seeing the shows and going to a ton of after parties and seeing a lot of celebrities at after parties. By the way, that's how I met Jenny Rivera. So I've seen a ton of celebrities and I've done a bunch of stuff, but ultimately it's not for me. It's really stressful. It's a long day and it's uncomfortable and you're starving, guys. The only time you have an opportunity to really eat is at the award show and the after parties, and they don't even have like food. Everybody has like fancy food where it's just snacking. I'm telling you, you go and do this experience, all you're gonna want to do is have an In-N-Out burger. So there were many times afterwards where I just stopped going to the award shows. I just go back to the hotel and wait until the after party, because it's that exhausting. So I know this is like I'm kind of all over the place, and just because I've had so many experiences and every experience was so different, but I wanted to at least focus on the first and the craziest one. So if you have any other questions about what it's like to walk a red carpet, or pretty much you want more stories, just message me or leave a comment below and hit the like button, comment button, subscribe button so you can hear more of these crazy 411s tell-alls, and I'll see you soon, guys. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.